folks.
Yeah,
Ladies and gents, I'm SonnyLasVegas. Mikey, Bags of Money, and myself have got to meet these two wonderful women who I've been following for some time. I think they're the first thrifters that I came across. And I got a question that Shana brought up and Edwina about something of thrifting that I was like, because there's
Really?
always the first for something, and I think they're the first for this particular thing that I know of. So, ladies, y'all want to introduce yourself?
Oh, this is very
Yeah.
formal. Well, thank you, Sonny, for having us today. My name is Edwina,
And my name is Shana.
and together we
We
are
are
Thrifters
Thrifters
Anonymous. And yes, we're twins, separated at birth.
We are.
One of us was born in the basement. One of us was born upstairs. But we're sisters.
Stairs. We didn't have stairs.
And we've been best friends for over 30 years. We don't
Yeah.
even count after the 30.
No,
It doesn't matter
we
anymore.
met in high school orchestra here in Las Vegas. So
I was forced to sit with her.
I was forced to sit with you.
Ugh. And then we've been friends ever since.
So, how long has that been? Pretty much since childhood friends?
Yeah, I was 16 when I met you.
No,
So that was
15. 15?
10 years ago.
I'm a year older than her.
Yeah, a full year and a month.
Barely.
The eyes were rolling hard on that one, barely.
We're the same age, practically.
No, we're not, though.
We are, though.
But we're not.
It's the same.
It's not.
It's the same.
Hi,
we're happy to be here.
There it is. So this is what I fell in love with watching these two. And just a month ago or so, somebody was talking about YouTube, trying to compare me and Mikey to certain people. And I said, you know what? I think me and Mike, actually, before we met in person, I said, me and Mikey are like the anonymous Thrifters Anonymous, but the male versions. I like our chemistry, and I love your chemistry, how y'all just bounce off of each other. Y'all know yourself very well. Even in person, I said something at the grand opening for Goodwill. When I first met you in person, first thing I said was like, "Oh wow, you're tall," and y'all both looked at each other, and then you look down at your feet like twinsies, and then lo and behold, they have a twinsies series that they do and continue to do, and now you're more active. But I don't want to skip out on my broski down here,
Yes.
Mikey Bags of Money. So Mikey, tell people about you because you've been very active as well. For those who
Oh, well, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Mikey Bags of Money, YouTuber, reseller. Put out like 3 videos a week. I just love having fun. I love hanging out with the community and making new friends. Thrifters Anonymous, I became a fan when in my local Salvation Army, they have a poster up there that says, "This section is curated by Thrifters Anonymous." And I was like, what? Who are these awesome people that got their own section dedicated in one of my favorite Salvation Armies? So I did my research. I started following them, watching their YouTubes, and they are hilarious. They got way more game than us, Sonny. I got to admit.
Well,
I mean,
I wouldn't even say we have game. We have like the cardboard casing to the game. We don't have the pieces yet.
No, I mean, yes, they got all kinds of sayings. They got it good. So very entertaining. I like to watch them. I like local people, and it was so cool when we met them at the Goodwill event. So yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
No,
so
it was a surprise for us, too.
Yeah, we were excited to meet you guys. Mikey, I was like, I need to see the guy with the cool shirts on.
I know,
and then you
right?
had like the best shirt on at the Goodwill VIP event. And then Sonny, your hair was like Pantene
Blowing in
Pro
the
V.
wind, and there was no wind.
Right. It was like Herbal Essence commercial. And I was like,
where's
oh my
that
God,
wind coming from?
great person.
No wind in here. It was fun. That was a cool event. You know, I'll get back to Savers, but that event, because we were talking about it, I didn't like that I was the only reseller and thrifter in the group without any other thrifters and resellers. So I got looked at hard when they said to introduce ourselves in the back. They said, "Tell us about you." And I was like, "Oh, I'm a reseller." And they all looked at me like I was a vampire, started hissing at me. I said, "Hold on now." I said, "I'm
About reselling?
Well, I guess because you said it plain out. You were like, yeah, I resell.
Yeah. I mean,
I
those
think
were like
right.
bankers, high donators. That was like, an
Executives.
elevated group we were
No,
hanging
that
out
was
with.
honestly,
Definitely.
I was telling Edwina, so we're in the corporate world. This is not our job.
No.
We wish it was.
No, yeah,
We're trying to get more active, but we're exhausted because we work full time. We are in the corporate world. And to be honest, I really was looking at Goodwill as a client. I want them as a client. So to get to meet some of the influential people that we met there, especially the board members who have a lot of influence in decision making.
Mhm.
I was like, this is the C-suite I've been trying to meet all year.
Yeah, so we changed our switch and we got into a little corporate mode. We still had fun, but we got into our corporate hat.
So
to
Mikey,
network.
you were right. It was definitely an elevated event. Like, I'm actually surprised they invited us as influencers, but I think they needed the board to see what influence the influencers have
and what they look like,
so they can get on board. Because I mean, you guys, filming in Goodwill is a nightmare for us.
Yes, the music is crazy. How are you guys doing with the music? How is that working for you guys when you guys film?
I use a microphone which cuts out a lot of the background noise, and then I'll just sometimes, if it's too loud when I'm not, I'll just talk over it, or if it's just too loud and too blaring, I'll just cut it out. But the microphone really helps.
It does. It's not perfect at all times because sometimes the music is just way too loud for no reason.
Just call the manager, but we've had a lot of locations. The people we've known have changed. We used to have like the inn, like we would show our card to the Goodwill and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem.
We'll turn off the music for you. So everywhere we went, we would demand them kindly to turn off the music. But now it's very difficult because our PA system.
Darlene is in the house.
Oh my gosh, one of our TA members. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, no. So yeah, the music thing, but that's a good suggestion. We have microphones that we don't use.
Yeah, we just started using them for like our talks and stuff, but we do so much stuff like trying things on. We're worried if that's going to be a problem, but we're going to try it.
Yeah,
we're going to take your advice. We'll give it a try. We just have to stay kind of close. We can't go too far away because of the receptor.
We can probably make that work.
Well, okay, do you guys use an iPhone or an Android?
Yeah, we have both.
Okay, well, I use an iPhone, and I have a little simple thing that plugs into the iPhone, and then it has 2 microphones. So your 2-people crew, 2 microphones, bada boom, bada bing.
You're filming with your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You get it near you, Mikey? That your
We're just cool.
No, I can get it, but yeah, it's
mics, the DJI clip-in mics. But we see a lot of people using your style, like a lot of street interviews and stuff. I always see them using like the cell phone and stuff. So that way is really popular. But maybe we need to just elevate to the mics and give it a try. Yeah. And then maybe that will help drown out, just concentrate on us acting a fool.
Yeah.
You guys do act a fool excellently. Like I said, highly entertaining. If you think we're funny, definitely you gotta check you guys out for sure.
Well, thank you. We're just so honored to have been invited to chat with you guys because
we only select certain people that meet our criteria. Their credit score can't be too high, it can't be too low, just right in the middle.
Oh, is it like your porridge?
Like perfect porridge. I was just about to say that.
Of course you were. Oh man.
So, ladies, you two have quite a bit of stuff with your content. It seems like there's 3 things going on, 3 different types of paths you have, but you share them very well together. The twinsies, the talks.
Oh yeah, we just
then you have your thrift hauls, and then you do like your own content. Like you mesh it well. Like, and I like how you follow up with each video rather than it being like something totally off. Like you're introducing when you're talking about something about what's coming next. So that's pretty clever and something I'm trying to work on myself.
Oh, we did it on accident.
I know. Well, not really.
No,
the editing.
No, meaning like we're filming live. Before we used to film so far in advance.
Oh, yeah.
And then now we're filming like same week. This is new for us because before we would film, we would put out a video, but we filmed that months ago.
Right.
Remember?
Well, that's because you didn't want to film.
Well, yeah, that's right.
So
I wasn't interested in you guys. I was not interested initially. Shana had this grand idea. And it took years for her.
I just wish she had done it sooner, because if she had, maybe we'd be in a different place. But it's okay. We're in the place we're supposed to be in.
Yeah, we would have been like Abba and Preach or somebody.
Right.
So I don't know if I didn't catch it. Who does the editing for you both? Who's the editor?
So I do all the editing. Lately, though, Trey has been helping us at Edwina's Boo because we wanted, like, I woke up literally January 1st. And I was like, Edwina, I don't care what your answer is. We have to film more. And I just, because I know what we're trying to do. And I know the only way to get to know our people better and to make sure that they're on the same page as us and we're on the same page as them is to connect. And I just didn't feel a connect, especially because of the comments. You know, when people insinuate something about you, I'm like, they just don't know us.
No,
they don't know me. You know, they're saying things and it's not true.
They have us each in a box and we're more than the box. Like we're good being in that box, but we're trying to expand the box. So we've opened the lid and we're giving more and more and current. That's the big thing.
I mean, I've done the editing for the last 10 years now.
Yes. We've had some special editors come in here and there for different projects, but
my husband owns a production company. You would think we would have we're like, yes, maybe we'll use mics. My husband's probably like with his head down, like, oh my
They've been telling us to do this for years. And we're used to like Blair Witch, bootleg, thrift video. Like that's like our MO. But now we're trying to be professional, you know. And we're just having fun in the process, trying to figure out and give people new stuff along the way. But thanks for noticing, Sonny, our hard work. I feel like no one knows because they're so used to us only posting once a week.
It's true.
They haven't realized we put out like 20 videos this month already.
Yeah. Well, Mikey said something today. We're talking to the manager because we have a boutique now inside the Good Stuff thrift store. If you ever want to come down and check it out, you know, just go to our section to go to the thrift store. Just our Reseller Cartel. It's on 1401 North Decatur Boulevard. I'll text it to you. But yeah, we
email us. We'd love to come check it out.
I will. And that is a thing too, folks. When people say email them, that's the best way for us to know who to reply back to rather than the comments for certain things because they get lost in hundreds of comments. As you grow, it just becomes difficult no matter how hard we try to keep up with you. It's nearly impossible because there's several social media platforms. And then these women are corporate women and Shana will be over there doing a live recording with Edwina. And then all of a sudden she's like, hold on. Yes, go ahead. And then now you're in her conversation. There's a lot going on.
There is.
It's true.
It's true.
But yeah,
there's a big question that people always want to ask, and it's going to be storage wars. I don't want it all being about storage wars, but how did you get discovered with storage wars?
Oh my God, that's a very interesting story.
It is an interesting story.
So long story short.
We like long stories.
Okay. Well,
Edwina just likes to say long stories.
If it's going to be really long.
It's not short. Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Translator.
You're welcome.
And she's going to make it longer.
Exactly.
So, with our powers combined, we're going to get through this story. So, you just started getting to a groove in YouTube, posting once. I don't even think it was once a week then. No. It was maybe like once a month, maybe.
You had just decided that's it. Thrifters, we're going to make Thrifters Anonymous a thing.
Yeah. So
it had always kind of been my thing.
Yeah. She's the Steve Jobs. She had the vision. Okay. And I'm Eddie Murphy to come in to help execute. So we were doing YouTube about once or twice a month. That was our consistency. And someone from the Storage Wars team, like a recruiter,
so I got an email,
contacted us, and we thought it was spam.
Well, and we didn't have a joint email. It's my colorblind email. Mm-hmm. So, and I had a blog, so like I would just read it, and sometimes it's sponsorships. You know, you get emails, and you're like, okay, is this fake? Like they want to send us $1,700, really? Mm-hmm. And this one said, I'm a casting director looking for talent. Please contact me as soon as possible. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
So I always look at their...
You're in the right place.
Well, because I've seen it before. We've had a few, remember?
Yes.
We've had like different types of things come up. But I read her signature line.
The email signature.
And I looked at the name of the production company and I'm like, interesting. So of course, being my Sherlock Holmes, I found all the productions that they've done. And I'm like, this seems real. And it looks like it's like they do reality. Like a lot of their production stuff was reality.
Yeah,
shows.
a lot of shows on Discovery, History Channel, things like that. And I was like, I still thought it was like kind of jank. And I was like, just set up an appointment. Let's see.
Yeah. And so we always say, hey, we'd love to get on a Zoom with you or something. Like, I want to see your face.
Right. And see if it's like we didn't win the Nigerian lottery.
Right.
You know.
And you meet me in the attic at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Right.
So we did. We set up a Zoom.
Yes. And she told us, basically, it wasn't even, we were blessed. It wasn't even an audition. She said, you guys would be perfect for this. We would love to have you. We're looking for women. We're looking for strong women. We're looking for a duo. We're looking for some estrogen.
Would this be something you'd be interested in,
Right.
in going on a show? And then she still hadn't said it. Remember, she waited a little bit before she said it. I think she's trying to feel us out. And we're like, what is it? And we'll be honest.
She said Storage Wars.
We're both like, it's kind of cheeseball.
That's going to ruin our image. We're like, we're going to be typecast forever. Long story short, that time we said no.
We did.
And then she wrote us back again. We said no twice. Really. Right. We did not want to do it. And then she was like, she's like, just try it. It's so easy.
Because if we said yes, we'd have to go to our corporate and actually let them know, like, hey, we're going to be in a show. Here's the contract. Like, there was a lot of things. So before we said yes, like, this had to be something that we really, truly wanted to do. And then she's like, how about this? How about we come out there? We film you guys. Let's do a test run. She kind of talked us into it. Like, let's see what they say. Let's get you finalized. And then you can kind of make your decisions.
Right, right.
So she came out here. She followed us to the Goodwill at the Boulevard Mall.
Yes.
And we dragged her for like 3 hours.
She filmed us in the car. We had her dying in the car. I told her, I got a new couch because I peed all over it. Right. I want her at the peed on the couch. And then Shana and I got into our zone.
When she came to our house, remember she came to my house?
Your house was a museum.
So I have, it's filled with antiques from my family and like thrifting. And so oh no.
No, that's what you mean. That's the spotlight.
I was like, they cut us off. No,
it's
boring.
It's the spotlight.
Okay.
There's no music playing in this.
So remember, we're going through my house and I'm like, she probably thought I was crazy because I was like, this was thrifted. This is antique. This was thrifted. This is worth this. And the thing is Edwina and I, while we love vintage and antique and we have some education on it, we are not experts on any of it.
No, but we just know what's quality, what's good, what's true vintage. So we went around Shana's house acting like we were the appraisers of things.
Yes.
And she's like, all right, girls, let's just go to the store.
I know. So she took us to that Goodwill at Boulevard Mall
and filmed us for hours.
We had the time of our life.
Oh my gosh. We killed her.
Was amazing. She laughed the whole time. And she's like, they're going to love you. Mm-hmm. And they called us back. She told us that they want us to move forward. Can we send you the contract? Yep. And we started freaking out a little bit.
Yes.
Because we're like, this is in California. We're in Las Vegas. How are we going to do this?
Yeah. But yeah, basically they really discovered us from YouTube.
Yep. And we finally asked her, we said, how did you find us? Like, what'd you do? And she goes, I just Googled women thrifters.
Yeah.
In the Google search. I had a blog. So I know that, if you guys don't know, but if you have a website or a blog, do you know that's the stuff that comes up first?
Like, top of the list.
My blog still shows up as on the search list of the first things on everything.
Yeah, they love press is number one. Videos and YouTube is secondary, but she found us through YouTube.
So yeah, she found our video on YouTube and it was actually our highlight. Like we have one trailer and it's a haul video trailer, which we had stopped doing.
Right.
And it's a haul video trailer. If you ever want to go see it, just type in our channel trailer. And it was really funny. And she said, that's how I found you. Yeah. Like, that's it.
So we talked about it. We signed the contract. We went out there.
And failed our first episode.
First of all, we were scared out of our minds. Like, we were like, it was terrifying, the first episode. Terrifying.
But what made it terrifying? The cameras and just knowing you're being recorded?
No, like it was real. Like when we walked up, we didn't even want to like go to the area. We kind of stayed back. Remember, we stayed across the street.
We saw Brandy. I was like, as much as you don't think, listen,
and Jared.
Yes.
I used to watch
and they were looking at us
back in the day.
Like, I know,
like
they
when
were
it
big.
First came out. I loved that show.
Yeah, they're the real deal.
As cheeseball as it is.
Yeah, and then we saw Ivy.
Oh, Ivy, and I was so nervous, and he started talking to us crazy.
Oh yeah, he came for us hard.
He called us. What did he call us?
I don't know, but they treated us like two dingbats the first episode for sure.
They did, and they did it on purpose.
They were testing us hard. He overbid us. Maybe he made. He made us pay $1,000 for this trash unit. He overbid us.
We paid $1,000, you guys,
for trash.
And let me just say, if you guys are wondering, we pay with our own money.
Yes.
Okay.
This is not fake.
And then when they say that's a wrap, they leave. And you have like 3 hours to get the trash out the unit or you're charged.
Mm-hmm.
And they close at 6 p.m.
Yes.
And you know what we didn't know? The
How about
dump closes at 4, and not one thrift store in California takes anything.
anything? We could not get rid of the stuff. That was the hardest part.
The funniest is when Edwina was driving the truck. Do you remember? And we brought all the stuff from the unit. We were so excited. We came to Goodwill. We're like, "Hi, we're here to drop off everything." He's like, "We can't take none of that.
Put all that back in the truck." And we jackknifed and we were trapped. It was a mess. But long story short, they found this on YouTube and everything was real. They would film us go through the storage unit for hours and only show like a minute of it.
Yeah.
You know, like they were really watching us. Like they're watching us trying to carry heavy stuff. Like they weren't helping us. There was no dudes, secret dudes that came in.
Remember I ripped those vintage overalls the first day?
Oh yeah, you bust your ass open the first day.
And they had to find a thing to cover my...
They thought you were trying to get on the casting couch. I'm like, we're already on the show.
Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to do. Oh, man.
But yeah, they found us on YouTube. So, Sonny and Mikey, your hard work, you can be found.
You never know.
You never know.
That's why it's so important to be yourself, honestly.
All the time.
You know, a lot of people would get mad at us. Like, these girls don't even know anything. They're not educated with antiques. I own an antique shop. Why are these girls in the shop?
Right.
Like, because that's not what they were looking for.
They were looking for entertainers and people who have the love for digging through treasures. It's not about what you know. It's how you go about it.
Or sometimes it may be about what you know. So
True.
It's just important to be yourself.
True.
And especially now with YouTube, I mean, it's so easy. I feel like casting directors must have it so easy now. They just go find talent anywhere.
Yeah, they asked us. We did not have to audition. That was a blessing.
Yeah, I don't. That would be cool, but I'm not looking at stuff like that. I'm just enjoying myself, and I think that's what I see from y'all is that you're not trying to push anything than you just enjoying yourselves with each other, and I think that goes a long way because Shana was saying earlier you needed to share videos, but you wanted your type of videos, not what you had before. And I think that's where, when I came back to YouTube, I realized if I'm going to do this, I really need to find myself and be myself. And people say that's funny to say, how can you be anybody but yourself? But it's so different when the camera's on, you know, and then the camera comes off and you're like, oh, I should have said this. I should have said that. And you see yourself and you're like a little bit more uptight until you start to get more and more comfortable. And that's what I've been doing last year, was just trying to figure things out naturally and enjoy myself. And if I screw up, even better, because people want to correct you. And then there's people that want to help you. And you just got to accept it all. And if they're just that bad, then there's always a block button, and that helps.
Yeah, bringing joy, that's definitely something we love and inspiring. Our series, This Is Who I Am. So as Storage Wars was wrapping, we were driving home. I'll never forget.
Oh, wait, we kept on, while we were on Storage Wars, every time there was a break, we would go to the producers and we would pitch this show.
We would pitch our own show.
We would pitch This Is Who I Am. And then the producer just turned to us and like, ladies, okay.
Oh, what he said was perfect.
Yeah, he was like, great idea, but just make it. Make your own show. Don't tell me about it. Make it. We're like, make it. And we learned so much behind the scenes. We feel like part of us being on Storage Wars was to help us create This Is Who I Am, because we modeled a lot of things to help us do it from what we learned from Storage Wars.
Yeah, so This Is Who I Am is the series we created. We have about 6 episodes.
7
now? Oh, that's right.
Was it 7? Yeah, 7.
Because the children. I forgot the children. 7 individuals from Las Vegas nominated themselves or got nominated by family members to be a part of our show, where we come to your home, we go through your closet, and you kind of help us understand who you are through your closet today. And then we take from that and go to the thrift store to help you find yourself and who you are today.
Yeah, a realistic what not to wear. Because what not to wear, they would give them like a $5,000 credit card, and they would shop at stores that they would never go to.
Yeah, but the premise is there, right?
Yeah.
But I think this definitely, it's funny what people kind of divulge in their closet, like the things that people share just by going through their clothes.
We learn everything we need to know is just someone touching every article of clothing. They'll tell stories. We learn their emotions.
How many rules they've set for themselves that have been going on for like 20 years. Like
secret rules, keeping them handcuffed from like being like a different person.
Expressing their true selves. And I think that's what we're so excited to do. And, you know, when we saw you two, we immediately were like, all right, are we allowed to nominate our own participants?
Yes. Is that kind of mean?
No, it's not. No,
No, we just
no. Sonny said it. Remember at Goodwill, we
Sonny-
asked him.
Oh, we did.
Oh,
but,
yes.
but we don't think that you guys need to cry for help.
No, and that's not what this is about either. We went.
My wife would say different.
Well, because I think
They're gonna buzz cut. They're gonna buzz cut Sonny.
this can be misconstrued too. This isn't like you don't know who you are.
No,
I think we all need it. Edwina needs it. I need it.
I need it again.
Like we did it. Our closet confessionals, the closet rehabs that we did, that was part of This Is Who I Am, because we realized like you hold on to things and it's just maybe not who I am today. Like maybe it's who I was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it would be fun to kind of explore. And we did one man, remember, Adam?
We didn't do him,
We didn't do
but we did transform him.
Thank
he
you,
couldn't
Leah.
handle both of us.
Thank you for correcting.
Not everyone can handle a TA sandwich, but we would be so excited for you guys to be part of season 2.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know. Should we do them like a duo?
That might be kind of cool.
We are a duo now.
That's a lot. We might have to do
Yeah.
that at the time.
That's the first thing I said to Shana and Edwina. I said, hey, they're like, yeah, we love to do something together. I said, well, me and Mikey Bags of Money are a package deal. And I say that to everybody because
that was very cute.
Yeah, and I
fell in love with you.
I love Mikey. Mikey's a great guy. Just the other day I was cracking up with him. Was it Opportunity Village? No, it was Goodwill. Yeah. I said, hey, Dad. No, it was Goodwill, the far Goodwill. That was far as hell and pricey. But I was like, hey, Dad, can you buy me this? And his face looked up like he turned whiter than what he already is. But I thought it was so funny. And the guy at the register like squinted his eyes like, oh, he must be adopted. Like, and he's kind of old, but he must have had a hard life. Send him some prayers. I thought that was funny.
That's very funny. You guys are really adorable, very likable, very charismatic. How'd you guys meet?
Yeah.
I think alcohol. I think he asked me on a date and was like, hey, you want alcohol? No, it was through YouTube. And then I think maybe about a month later, I remember Mikey asking like, hey, we're going to go to First Fridays. And I've been wanting to go for a long time. And that was the time I had left my job. So now I had a lot of free time and said, I want to meet locals. And I said, you know what? Mikey's asking me. And he said, the Danny the Niche lady is going to be there. And I really didn't talk to her too much that first day. I talked to her best friend, also her employee, Carrie, the mermaid, the Las Vegas desert mermaid. And her and I were just really, really close. We attached at the hip so much that she even bought me like lobster. I was like, lady, I'm married. You're awesome, but I'm going to eat this lobster with a smile. And then Mikey came in and grabbed like the biggest lobster chunk. And I was like, okay, this is how friends work. You know, we just eat each other's lobster and some of them don't pay for it. Some of them get it and they don't even eat it. The other person eats it. So
that was
lobster. Oh, you saved him calories.
Do you guys watch Friends? Anybody out there?
I watch Friends. But yeah, that's what I remember. But Mikey may have a different story because
no, that was it. And then we used to chat through live streaming and stuff when I go, and then we just started hanging out. And then you invited me. It was actually on my birthday when a Rural Squirrel was down here to go bins shopping.
That's right.
And I brought beers at the bins at 10 in the morning. We all cracked some 805s because that's what I was known for when I first started. And yeah, we went in there. We had a good time. We met another YouTuber, a Rural Squirrel. That was really awesome. And then, yeah, we just started hanging out more and more and more. And since we both do YouTube, it's really nice because there's not really many people out there that do YouTube to begin with. So to talk with Sonny and to bounce him off, and we both have about the same amount of subs and stuff like that. And it's just really good to have a peer to talk to, and just, you know, someone that's in the same boat with you just makes you stronger. You know, two heads are better than one. So we bounce ideas, and it's really been good. So make some friends that you two have each other. So it's good to have people. Yeah. Sonny, we need to like argue a little bit, like bicker back and forth. Not that they bicker. I don't want to use the word bicker, but just we need to be like, hey, Sonny, you should have done this. And I'll be like, you could have done that. And be like, no, you should have done this. We need a little more, feistiness between each other, I think.
You guys are too much in love in your videos.
Yes.
Honeymoon stage. Okay.
Yeah. It'll change.
It'll pass.
Well, sometimes our conversations aren't even like words. They're like grunts and it's like I've shared that in one of the videos, just one of the videos, but there's a lot of moments like that. And I just think some people won't get it. But what Shana was saying earlier was like you wanted your own style and share you and let people know who you are, because you think when you record yourself and you have content, you've done it for years, that people would know you, but in a way they don't. And I find a lot of truth to what you said. And I'm like I said, I'm finding myself and I'm trying to share more with people, but I'm also not trying to share too much, even though I'm an open book,
Yes,
as
you
Shana
are.
is, and some of the things I can relate to and still going through. But it's I find that for me to be my personal life that I do share be helpful for me, because I used to feel weak for not sharing it, but now I feel strength for sharing it. And if there's other people out there, I really want them to know, like, hey, there's regular people out there. Even though we're on YouTube and we're getting a little notice, we're no better than anybody else. We're still just people being peoply with everybody else, social butterflies.
Yeah, that's true. No matter what we try to do, we always end up being the same person. Like we try different things. We're like, okay, today we're gonna do this, and we still do the same shenanigans. Like we just learn that we are who we are, and it's okay. You know,
Yeah.
put us in the box. It's
Yeah.
okay. But we just are addicted to just giving joy.
Oh.
That's it. I'd love to see both Sonny and Mikey on This Is Who I Am.
Mm.
Holly, we
That's
got you
one.
covered. We got
Got
you
you.
covered. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, I was gonna ask. So, Sonny, I know you're on Whatnot. Mikey, are you on Whatnot?
I would
Yeah.
say Mikey's the better one. Thanks for the shout out saying I could give you pointers. I can, but I love the way Mikey does it, and it's just
Wow.
he could tell you about it, what his experience.
Oh, well, I've done a couple shows. I'm back. I started like 6 months ago. I did 2 shows and they went good, but then I had hernia and I just had to wait for surgery and I just couldn't. I had to scratch stuff from the plate. So I did one recently. I came back. I went right after Danny, the niche lady. She's got a huge following. She kills it on Whatnot. So that definitely helped me out. But we did it from our antique booth, our reseller boutique booth. So people that kind of got to watch our videos, they've been asking for stuff in the booth. Can I get this? Can I get that? And it's kind of hard. We're just one-man operations, me and Sonny. We have no help. We have wives that
He's
we
half a
help
man,
out.
I'm half a man, and together we are one.
Yeah.
Same with
So
us. Same with us.
yes. So I did it. I sold. It was really good. A lot of people turned out. It was amazing. I got lucky. I mean, sometimes you go there and not a lot of people turn out and not a lot of money gets turned. Luckily, I did really well. We actually even sold some banks. I have these coin banks that I've picked up at a flea market off a guy, and I kind of call them bag it banks. I give them away sometimes. I've given them away in videos, and we auctioned off 3 for charity, and they went for like, and then me, Sonny, Danny, and Carrie, we all signed them, and they went for like $71, $111, and $151. It was amazing. I've never done anything like that, and for the autograph of just me and Sonny, who are just normal dudes, it was amazing, and it felt good to be able to do that and bring some money in for those people. So, yeah, it was. Whatnot's been amazing, but I mean, it depends. Like, I'm very fortunate. I have people that follow me. So you just got to get, people that follow you and let all your friends know, or your fans, you're there. Come shop, come have fun, get that $15 of credit for using your link. And yeah, just go be consistent and have a good time. You guys will do great. I know you'll have so much fun. I mean, I don't think you care about the money the most. I mean, I think
we don't do anything for money.
I know, right?
That's the problem.
Yes.
That's why we haven't been able to quit our jobs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why you're hustling on YouTube and have full-time jobs. It's not all about the money, it's about the passion and the fun. So hopefully the money comes. You guys will do awesome. You'll probably, like, in the beginning, it's a learning curve. Like, it's fun to watch people's first shows, because you just have to figure out like how to get it started, how to get it pinned, and like everyone's like, oh, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? And then like people kind of coach you along, and then after, like,
it's gonna be a hot mess.
oh, I can't wait. Yes, I have it bookmarked.
Well, it's
Yeah.
6 p.m. PST.
Yes, our first
We're
live
excited.
Whatnot sale. Throw it in the cart. We're very excited.
Yeah, it was interesting to make the decision, but we finally were like, let's just do it. So we're excited to do it for sure.
Yeah, because we have a website, and you guys probably saw in the Twinsy talk, it was taken over by the website. I'll leave it at that.
Somebody hacked our GoDaddy, along with like 70,000 other websites. Edwina, I think they understand
got it. Okay, it was hacked.
But we recovered. It's fine. But But yeah, throwitinthecartlv.com is where we have all of our launches and things like that. But we are going to be having a boutique here in 2024. You guys mentioned downtown.
Yes.
And it will be downtown. But I know, Sonny, we talked to you a little bit about it. We are really excited. We can't give away too much, but we got the official date. We will be having a fashion show April 26th.
Yep.
From 4 to 7 is the timing right now. So more information will come up on that. But we're really excited to be partnering with Share Downtown. You can go follow them on Instagram. They are a high-rise, a livable high-rise condominium. And they have retail stores underneath.
Yeah, and they're building a new project, and we're going to be part of that.
Yeah.
And more information to come, but just so you know, we've already released it, that we're going to be doing a special TA First runway.
Yeah,
fashion
it's
show.
really exciting. We already have exciting ideas for the runway, and then we just found out that we're probably, most likely 100% probably going to have a pop-up right after the fashion show. So
so we'll have a special place there to where people can grab their hands on the runway and some of our new curated items, new things we're creating. Like, it's a smorgasbord of everything that Shana's been dreaming about, and then now I'm dreaming about, and now we're making all of our dreams come true with all of our ideas. And hopefully it would all begin with this fashion show and pop-up. So we're very excited.
And we have special plans for you guys.
Yes.
In this fashion show.
Oh yeah, I think you guys must be part of it.
I'm there.
Ready?
Just being there, I would be grateful to be there, to have an invite and witness it and record it on my end. It would be cool to be like behind the scenes, because that's one of the things I've always wanted, like at concerts, which I've only gone to one. No, now that I'm with my wife, I go to a lot more concerts. But you always want to go in the back. Like, how do the cool people that are in the event hang out? I would love to just see like the busybody, the beehive. I have a new member to my channel, folks. So I got something for new members. It does help the channel out. And this is Misha, who's a really good friend. Her sister was on Whatnot. She was helping her, and I ordered some stuff. Really good. So I'm glad about Whatnot. If any of y'all, you may not have the wrench, but any of y'all have Whatnot, plug in your username, and there are in the main video, and put Whatnot username if you're selling stuff, and we could go ahead and follow you when we catch up to this video afterwards. But for Misha right here, I have something for members. Give me a second. Here we go.
Round up the team, we got another one.
That's good.
Oh, welcome, Misha. Yes, that was cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
I saw, what was it? Yes. So what are you needing? So a little bit about the fashion show. I know you can't share too much, but what are you needing from, say, us or the community to help share it, or how can people just assist you in making it as big as possible?
Well, we don't know about the invitations. This may be a closed event, so invite only, but we plan on documenting all of it and recording it all, and we will be sharing it with everyone. So
yeah, so it won't be invite only. Sorry, because I did talk to them.
It's going to be open.
So it'll be open, but it's limited.
Okay.
Meaning once we announce it and there's information to RSVP for the event, then it'll be limited to however many, because
it's open, but they ain't telling you where it's at, Sonny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's open to everybody, but we won't tell you where it's at.
No.
Well, we'll give them directions. It'll be inside the inside the Reseller Cartel brick and mortar shop. Sundays were closed, and I mean it's closed Mondays and Sundays, but all the other days from 10 to 5 p.m. So they'll be there, buy some stuff, and then they may show up if you buy enough. Self plug.
Yes, please send us all your information, because we'd love to pop in and see what you guys have going on. That's great. You guys have a local spot. We used to have a spot at Not Just Antiques back when we were doing Storage Wars, and they have left the state. So now we are doing everything online. So that's cool.
Where do you guys sell at? What sites do you sell on? online? eBay, Poshmark?
Good question.
No, we have our own store.
We have our own
online.
website, like a Shopify website.
Forgot you guys are big time. You got your own website. All right.
Yeah, we have our own store. Yeah.
Yeah, we just put it on pause for a second because, again, we have full-time careers and we can only focus on one thing at a time. So right now, our priority is Whatnot for tomorrow. So we're very excited.
After tomorrow, it'll be the fashion show.
Yep.
Which again, we'll have to figure out how we're going to communicate it to everyone because we want a good turnout. The mayor's going to be there. They're going to do a ribbon cutting.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the grand opening of this share location. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And there'll be some press there. So I think for downtown, especially, it's exciting because
this is going to be our
home base.
This is our year. This is like the biggest news that we've probably had since we've been doing everything.
Yeah.
Like this is the build up.
It's a dream come true for us.
This is the culmination of all of our hard work. Is going to be this fashion show, this pop up, the curations,
and hopefully will lead us to our boutique that will be open in 2024. So
downtown.
I know it's like I'm reading everybody's comments. Have you been reading them?
Yeah, I did read some. They're great. Good engagement.
Yeah, thank you for everybody for coming in. For those that came from Shana's and Edwina's channel, put hashtag TA family or something TA related. But one thing, your Whatnot you mentioned, and very important thing about your Whatnot, people are looking at Thrifters anonymous, but is actually throw it in the cart.
Yes, that's our boutique name. Our online boutique name is throw it in the cart. That's our tagline too. So when we're thrifting, it's like throw it in the cart, throw it in the cart. Mm-hmm. So that's our website name. So we wanted to extend our boutique into the Whatnot. So it's like a partnership of our boutique and Whatnot. So that's why it's thrown in the cart versus Thrifters Anonymous, even though it's the same, but it's not, But yeah, hopefully it doesn't confuse anyone.
Is your Whatnot, are y'all wanting to do it consistently, maybe once a month or twice a month, or you're just testing out the waters with it?
So they came to us to partner with them. And at first we were hesitant because we do have a store. I mean, it's an online store. Yeah. So why are we going to go to a different place? But the items that are specifically going on Whatnot they're amazing items and they're great pieces, but they're very specific to this. And so what we're hoping is maybe in the future, it's only specific items that would go on Whatnot.
Yep.
And then the other items that we are, curating or upcycling or designing, because we have some of the pieces that we've already designed, those will be on our website. That way it's kind of like you can go to Whatnot for those pieces. And then if you want, the other items, go to our website.
Yeah, so we're going to figure out a system.
Yeah.
But we want to do it consistently. We just don't know the rhythm yet. Once a month would probably be the most, but we're thinking like maybe every other month or something like that, because we want to curate and build. We just want to throw no trash out there and just sell stuff. Again, we're not doing this for the money. We're doing this because we want to put out a good product. We want people to love what we're giving, and we want people to look forward to it. So it takes time. It takes time to find good stuff. You guys know that. It takes so long
for us to do anything because everything has to like mean something and be something.
Yes.
And everybody's just like, well, why don't you just sell it? I'm like, I know that one doesn't go with that collection.
Well, that's a big difference. What I learned when I used to have a clothing brand back in Hawaii, there was artists next to me, and it was really cool art. And you would think they had meaning behind it. This individual potential customer walked up and asked them, like, can you tell me the story about this? And they were into it. They're going to buy it. They just had questions. And sometimes the answer isn't always an answer they may want, as long as it's an answer, but not what he said. He said, I just did it because it was cool. His face was just like, no, I can't accept that. That wasn't for him. So it makes sense to me when, like you both just said, it needs to make sense to you and it has to have meaning. And it carries on. It's like your content. If you really don't care about it, it does show through. And your supporters will support you. Yeah, your supporters will support you. But at the same time, they're like, come on, girls. Come on, guys. There's more to you than that. And you got to bring it every time. But be yourself, not be fake. And I think that's very important to follow through with what you want and stick through it. Because sometimes you end up turning directions, trying to figure things out. But absolutely true. Be yourself, enjoy it, have some meaning, and it carries on a long way.
everything we touch, we create a story immediately. Like we touch a dress and we're already creating this woman. Like, okay, she's doing the CEO, she's rising to the top. You gotta have this suit. Right?
We're creating stories and offending women all over the nation.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that from my point of view.
Yeah.
But hey, Mikey, today you were on our live, which we totally appreciate. You
said, "Oh my God, somebody's name is Raggedy Ann."
Oh my God, Shana,
I'm sorry.
I take them home. You can't take them home, Shana.
I have
and put them on the shelf.
You guys don't know. I have a collection of Raggedy Ann and Andy's because mine was stolen when I was a child. Anyways,
no, a creepy doll section of your home.
I do have also creepy.
Your
dolls.
son is not going to be able to go in your room at night.
It's going in our boutique.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What were we saying now? I'm sorry. I just got Raggedy Ann through me.
Mikey was on the live and he said that he found some Dookie candles, and I need to see that Dookie set you got today.
I passed them. If you got to watch my video today, I shout out Thrifters Anonymous. I find the Dookie candles. They're edible, and yeah, they're Dookie.
Edible.
They're
actually candle toppers. I get things confused, but they're Dookie Brown candle toppers, and then with a candle next to it. It's bad. It's a terrible product invention, and I don't even. That's why it's at the thrift store, and I can't even. They look like they're from the 70s, but someone actually made these things recently. They're terrible, and they're Dookie Brown for sure. You wouldn't want this on your cake.
Oh, I can't wait to see that video. You're gonna have to email us the link because I gotta see it, and we're gonna probably go get it. No, Shana, I need to know exactly. I'm gonna be.
I'll send you the time. I'll send you the timestamp. I know you are very busy, so yes.
I'm gonna
timestamps, delivery, email.
Okay, can't wait.
The lives have been so much fun, like chatting live.
Because, the premiere, yeah.
Because we're like, sometimes we're literally in meetings, and I'm like, like trying to text, and it like helps me to get through stressful times.
Yes.
So I hope
everyone gets to pop in the chat and say hi, and then you have the regulars and all that stuff. Yeah, the premieres are awesome. I do them a lot. Sonny does them a lot, and yeah, it's a great way to connect with people. And yeah, so keep them up. I enjoy them.
So you ladies got a compliment right here by Bluebell Dancer. What makes TA special, Thrifters Anonymous, is that they show women how to wear vintage in a pulled together modern way. So I agree. They don't keep it with the old school vintage look, which people do, nothing wrong with that, but they bring it to a more fashionable style. And that is them. Every time they come on anything that I see them, it's twinsies or their fashion, and they do bring stories once they touch something, and they just are seeing it. And I love that they could do that and share it just naturally. It's not fake because it's too fast to be fake in that way.
Right?
We couldn't fake it. We tried.
We're very rebellious in our I guess our garments. Our goal is to dress how we feel, so that changes every day. There's 30 people in our closets, 30 people in Shana's closet, and we just like to stand out without trying too hard. And it's so easy to stand out just because being yourself, you stand out.
It's true.
And in the industry we're in, it's a sea of black suits, gray suits, and
that they've spent a lot of money
on, but they all look the same. But Shana and I will come in with like a red
or neon green, that's my new favorite.
Socket to them, Oski Golden Girl dress, and all eyes on us without saying a word. So it's great. It's great to command attention by being yourself.
You can speak.
Yes.
Close.
I don't go into the office, but let me tell you, every day I go, people, it's dreary, it's drab, it's dark colors. I walk through with like my new hats, my big blues. I'll check it all out.
Let me see your shirt today.
Oh,
the B-52s. Yeah. So people were really looking at me today a lot. I could feel all eyes on me. And I forgot I was all blued out and bringing joy through color, fashion, and all that kind of stuff. That's what I love about the thrifting life and getting clothes for affordable prices. It's expensive out there in the real world buying clothes, but you go to the thrift store, you can find some awesome stuff for under $15. Really great stuff for under $15. So I'm all about it. Spreading joy through fashion.
Yes, better quality for sure. This fast fashion stuff. I mean, there's some stuff fast fashion that's great, but nothing beats like a vintage blazer versus.
We're having a hard time. Edwina and I we've been doing it for 2 years now. Have been designing our own pieces that we'll be showcasing at the fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we are just picky. And the problem is it's expensive. And then to have it made in the USA, or even to have it made outside of the USA, but then understand who's making it and where's the material coming from. And like, it's hard. We have so much appreciation when we pick up a garment, and it's just so beautifully made and in such good condition. And there's just appreciation for the buttons and the seams.
Yes.
And like, it just brings so much joy. I think
it's true. And then
it's special.
True. And then we were going to regular new stores, and it's really hard for us to pick new clothes. Like, it's very, very hard. Like, we'll go in the store and we don't want anything to do with the store. I mean, the clothes in the store. We'll shop the outside, the accessories, the shoes, everything but the clothes. But the clothes we want to find from the thrift store, because we're just not into like trends. We're into whatever we're into.
We're creating our own trends.
Right.
So
yeah,
follow along. We'll tell you what's on trend.
Yeah, and we'll change our minds every day.
So, ladies, as busy as you are, it sounds like there's more that like titles you carry around and work in. Can we start with Edwina? Like, how many different things do you have going on? Like your work, you don't have to tell us where you work, but the things you do, because I know you're traveling. And then you mentioned your husband earlier, and he also has his own channel too with you, like a family channel.
Yeah. Yeah. So my husband's channel is Big Trey. He would be very happy if you went and checked out his video. It's a struggle YouTube channel, but it's on its way. And he is sharing all kinds of stuff, things he does for work or personal things, which I told him not to share. He's trying to find which way this channel is going to go. So he's doing a little bit of everything, but I think he knows the direction he's going to go now. So he does that. But for me, again, Shana and I were in the same industry. We have careers. So it's not a job. It's definitely a career. We're in the insurance industry, and I've been doing it for probably half the time you've been doing it. How many years are you doing it?
It'll be 21 in June.
Okay, so I'm like 12 years in. She's 21 years in, and we're both brokers. And we are dealing with like CEOs, like basically the top of businesses. So we're definitely like, if you saw us in our corporate lives, you think, Edwina, who tranquilized Edwina? The hell happened to her? We are definitely different, true business women. Like if you see us run these meetings and the people who we talk to and the people we're connected to, you would never believe it. So this is truly our escape. So we're really juggling a full-time career that's multifaceted. It has lots of dynamics to it that really consumes us. So that's why we can't wait to get together and do this. So, but yeah, we're always on the go, conventions, meetings. I mean, we stay on the high level of business, I guess you can say. Shana, I mean, I don't know what you would add to that.
I mean, I've stopped a few things. So I have my own YouTube channel as well. It's called Shana Emily. And actually the most recent video, I did upload a video about 3 weeks ago. Sonny, it's about our journey and what's happened to us the last 2 years on trying to have another baby. Mm-hmm. So would love if you go subscribe. They've demonetized me because I hadn't posted in over a year and a half. But I am trying to start that back up again. It's just, so you were talking about, Sonny, like how to get people to really get to know you. And I noticed the comments on YouTube were getting really mean just towards me. And in a way that I was like, God, they just aren't understanding who I am. And so I started that channel initially because I was competing. I did bodybuilding. So I wanted to like film my journey, which, by the way, nobody was doing at that time.
I feel like Shana started it all. She was ahead of her time.
And I remember I'd show up with my camera and everybody's like, what are you doing? You can't film here. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And I vlog. So it's a vlogging channel, but I share my fitness, recipes, cooking, and then just fun travel that I've done. And
I pop in from time to time.
And I'll get Edwina, we'll do workouts and stuff. That's why I wanted to kind of start up again.
Oh, the hubby is in the house.
Yeah, so
we're gonna
there's Big Trey.
Oh, what up, Big Trey? We're gonna start working out again and get ripped.
Yeah, so I do want to start vlogging on that channel again. So that was one hat. I used to do some modeling and things like that. I just finished a movie.
Tell us more.
Another movie.
So I was in a movie. It was on Lifetime. One of my dreams.
Hold on. This needs a big screen.
Oh
That's
God,
it.
no! Every time I put the picture in, I'm like
Shana,
nervous.
Story, girl.
No, so I used to do a lot of acting a long time ago, and I wanted to be an actress. I remember I got my tarot cards read, and she's like, "You're going to be in a movie." Anyways, I auditioned for this film called God, they changed the name.
It was on Lifetime.
Little
though.
Monsters.
It was on Lifetime. It was
on
real deal.
Lifetime, and I was a horribly old lady who smoked, and I didn't know how to smoke. Anyways, the movie was really good. It turned out really great. Fast forward 10 years later, my husband wants to make a film. I did some short films with him, and finally we just wrapped and finished our full feature.
But before
film.
that,
I was in more after that?
No, Shana, before this movie, you guys, right now on YouTube, you guys can look up the first movie Shana and I did together. Look up Action, Black Raven Films, and you will see Shana and I
well, you know, like I had to have Edwina in this. I remember Adam's like, hey, we're going to do a short film. I'm like, hey, can I fight with Edwina in the film? And then you guys don't know how to fight. What are you going to do? We trained for like 6 months.
Yes.
And it was all us fight scene with our own weapons. And it was amazing. And that's where the full feature came from. That. And you're going to be in the full feature too.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be in this one. I can't tell you my part because it's really big.
Listen, I'm just shocked that I didn't totally suck. I think it's going to turn out really great. It was shot here in Las Vegas. It's amazing. It's called Action. You can find it on Instagram. Go to Black Raven Films.
The new one?
No, just all the clips behind the scenes.
Action, Black Raven Films.
Yeah,
do that on YouTube to find them.
Action, Black Raven Films. Anyway, so that's part of it. And then I'm a broker by day. I've been doing it for 21 years.
Shana got me in this industry, you guys. I was like,
girl, you got to get in here and make some money.
I got the Army. I was lost. And Shana, when I got out the Army, Shana was winning. I was like, oh my God, you're a real businesswoman.
I was doing really well. I mean, I still am. The industry has changed. Healthcare has changed. I'm in healthcare, so is Edwina. Employee benefits is what we do.
But you got me in this, though.
So if anybody has a large company that's looking for employee benefits, we are your brokers.
Mm-hmm. Imagine us at your meeting.
And we can help you dress for success.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And crack you up and sell you insurance.
So there's a lot of hats there, and I have a 3.5-year-old. And I can't wait to design. My brain is like going to explode. I call Edwina every morning because I have so many ideas in my head, and I just want to take my sewing machine out, and that's all I want to do. And so we're trying to make that happen. It's sleepless nights, but we're going to get there.
We're getting all our dreams together. I don't have any kids, by the way. My dream was to be a comedian. Shana's dream was to design and create. I want to be
an actor.
And that too. And then we
dance. I used to be in a dance company too.
And we fuse all of our passions together. So everything we talk about is a mixture of everything we love to do.
It's true.
And it's our outlet. So my mom didn't want me to be a comedian, but I get to be a comedian through YouTube.
My dad's like, you're not going to be an actress.
Right. My mom's like, comedian, you stupid?
Go in political science.
You don't make money at comedian?
I know.
First of all, we're first generation immigrant. So don't get offended. We're allowed to talk like this because
that's what our parents sound like.
Exactly.
My mom's like, you don't be no bum.
Right. You know funny. You don't make me laugh all week. I was like, thanks, Mom.
My mom thought I was really funny. I wanted to be Carol Burnett. So Edwina says, it's funny when you say you want to be a comedian. I guess I never thought about it that, because I'm not like, I want to be super funny. I just wanted to perform and do like skits. I wanted to be her. And Carol Burnett was before like, all the famous.
Then in Living Color, we want to be on Living Color. We wanted to be on Saturday Night Live. So
if you haven't watched our Halloween skits, that's what we wanted to do for a living.
Yes, basically, Living Color, Saturday Night Live, and Mad TV all mixed together are our Halloween series.
And you know what's weird? I don't know if you guys run into this. Probably not, because you guys are probably PC. But we stopped doing our Halloween skits. And one of the main reasons why we stopped, everything was like offending everyone. And it became so controversial that we couldn't even do a skit about Aladdin because I had picked up a dress and somebody said that wasn't the right dress that she would have worn. And I'm like, we're in the thrift store. I'm just trying to be creative and have fun.
Right. Yeah. We grabbed we put on an Indian costume and it says costume on it.
And some of them were actually costumes that like the costume store made and puts, and they're like, well, why would you call that a costume? That's a real garb. And I'm like, but it isn't. It was in the bag from Spirits, like Halloween.
It's very controversial.
It is controversial.
But we had a blast doing it. So Halloween specials, if you ever need a laugh.
I mean, remember when you were Kanye and I was Trump?
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, that was really good.
That sounds good.
Gonna have to watch
We
that
haven't
for
done any
Halloween
costume
now.
dress-ups like that, but we do get some, I guess, throwback at some things that we do when we eat on camera. If we're crunching on a crispy chicken,
Sonny, we got called. My comment
we got
today.
shamed.
My comment today was 2 obese gentlemen should not be making fun of a 2,000 calorie diet. If you can put your arms on your stomach, I think you should see a doctor, or I'm not a doctor. One of those or something like that. I let it fly. Yeah.
But here's the thing,
Food
folks.
shame.
Like,
Do you guys ignore those comments?
What do you guys do?
Well, I'll delete a fool real quick. I used to not. I used to like let people speak and have a forum because I'm all for free speech and coolness and all that. But now, if you say something bad, I just got to ice you because there's just too many people, too many comments, and I don't want any negativity. I don't like spread the negativity, so I just don't want any spread on my thing. So my YouTube friends, that's what a lot of them do, is you just got to silence them. So yeah, that's one negative comment, you're gone. I used to let them fly, but now. Now I just ice them.
If
that's not some people. Well, I grew up with tough love, and I could get that, but I'm not in that tough love mindset anymore. I just want to be like, you're okay, like Sonny, Las Vegas, you're okay. I don't want to be attacked for stuff. I'm trying. We make fun of the things that we eat, but we're exercising our butts off.
Mikey.
And we don't want really to somebody be like, hey, here's tough love. You're eating too much and this isn't going to help you. We know that, but it's baby steps. I went from having an energy drink and saying my wife doesn't like me having energy drinks. And I didn't get attacked, but I got a lot of people saying, stop drinking those. And this is what's happened to their friends and their family. And I was like, okay, good. That has reason. And Shana and Edwina talked about that in the past. Like, why? If somebody tells you something, why does it make you feel that way? Don't just tell somebody something. Us four here are adults. And when you tell other adult stuff, nobody likes to be told anything. But if you give something that turned that negative into a positive and advice and reasons why, then we get to take from it and learn from it. But when it comes to food, I haven't weighed myself in about a week. And last week I didn't lose any weight, right? But when I woke up this morning, I dropped 5 pounds when I didn't lose anything last week. So now I'm under the 220 mark, right? And if they say, if you put your hands on your stomach, there's skinny people that think they're fat. There's bigger people than me that think they're in great shape. And it's all about how you feel. And I want to be in a community that welcomes me for being me. If I'm trying and they see it and me being an open book, that's hoping the people that need to hear it, even if they don't know they need to hear it. It's like resellers who buy stuff that don't know what they need until they see it and they buy it. And that's just the way it is in my kind of concept. There's so much more to reselling and YouTubing. We carry a lot of titles, and I say that time and time again because I feel it's not said enough for people that are listening to be like, oh yeah, that reminds me we're all human. Just because we're YouTubers, content creators, doesn't mean we're tough. We got skin just like anybody else. 3 layers of skin or whatever it is. Like, we're still human and we're still learning, and we just want to enjoy ourselves and be part of, I think it was Dawn who said this, your vibe or your tribe is your vibe. And I completely agree with that. So
we have a pretty good bubble.
We do. And there's usually only
good.
1 or 2
folios that come in
say things.
Yeah, we have a couple scalawags that sneak through, but overall our bubble is positive and great. We're very grateful for our TA family. They actually keep us alive. Like, we have such tough, rough days in our careers, or very serious days,
or just things in life that continues to happen.
And they give us joy. Like, they give us the energy to keep coming back. Like, we're addicted to giving them joy because they give us way more joy that we can ever explain.
And it does help when you have somebody that you can share back and forth. Because I'm definitely probably a little more sensitive than Edwina is when it comes to things. But I also started the channel, and it was like I felt attacked all the time, like about whatever it is, personality or looks or whatever it could be. And I would go to her and I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this anymore. And she's like, forget those people. And what she reminded me too is, you are going to attract who you want to attract, right? So those people will fall off. You just got to keep going forward, and they'll just find their own people. Go find your own people. Your people aren't here. And, about erasing comments too. It's like, we don't like to erase comments ever, unless
they're racist.
There is like some sort of motive behind it. And when you have a video that's so full of joy, okay, and all you're doing is laughing, and the whole comment section is because this one comment, and now there's like 65 people responding.
Yeah.
Then now your people are getting involved, and now they're upset.
Yeah, they're defending us, and then now it turns into something else, and that's not what we want our videos to be. It's just a place for joy, shenanigans, fun,
Right.
inspiration, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And we want to share friendship too. We share so many things. It's not just about thrifting. It's about how to treat one another, how to have fun, and how to look good and slay.
Right.
All in one.
Slay.
Oh my God.
I
Sonny.
crack up when you say Dookie, Edwina.
Yeah.
And every time you're like, oh, you're gonna find the Dookies. I was like, I don't want to find no Dookies inside
Yeah,
the
you
thrift store.
do.
But it's your terms, you know. You made your
She's
word
got
your
the
own.
best terms.
Perfect shade of brown.
Brown.
It's a perfect shade of brown.
She brought out Fulio. I haven't heard Fulio in so long.
Yeah.
Man, that's why I'm a fan. Yep.
We're telling our age.
We
Real
do
quick.
tell on our age when we say it. I mean, I was like, psych. And I'm like,
I'm
oh
like,
my God.
ooh, that blazer's the bomb.
I'm like, psych.
I say stoked, and there's people that comment saying like, I'm excited that you said stoked, and I was like,
Ooh,
is that telling my age?
I'm
That's a good
stoked to be here.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So thrifting. Back to thrifting. Who was the first? Mikey, can you guess who was the first person or duo ever to have the first come thrift with me video?
The first duo who had the first come thrift with me video
Yeah.
in the history of YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, my friend. I don't know.
I think it was these two ladies.
Oh man. And now I'm ashamed.
crazy.
Now I'm ashamed.
Shana came up with that title.
I know. I was so excited too. I came up with Thrifters Anonymous.
Yes, and then everyone stole it. We were really ahead of our time. Well, Shana was ahead of her time, and I was along for the ride. I wasn't even trying to do it, but I didn't realize that each time I did it, I was like
You were
getting more
pulled
sucked in. But you guys,
I
Shana,
I think I got her.
Shana is Steve Jobs. You have no idea. She has
So
a
many
magnificent brain. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm very creative as well. But
No, but you also
I'm a great implementer.
You're my hype man. If I have an idea, even if it sucks, I'm like, I'm gonna go talk to Edwina. She'll give me what I need.
Mhm. I'm like, let's do it, girl, and let's do it crazy.
Or you'll be honest. You'll be like, I don't know, girl, it's a lot, but okay, we can try.
Yeah, but it's
You
a
need
lot
your
of
own.
fun.
Everybody needs their hype man, you know.
But yeah, we were the first, and no one cares.
No one cares.
But Sonny and Mike,
Except for
Mikey.
Sonny.
Thank
I
God.
care because that goes a long way. And like, I couldn't imagine I could only imagine how much titles that are on YouTube and other things that are come thrift with me, and you were the first. So it's like to know that, you know, is like pretty cool to have that badge on your shield. Yeah, have that badge of honor. Like, yeah, that was me. That was me. You know, but I like to bring up history like that because although YouTube is new for some people, like it's a new thing. Like TikTok, where I tell people, if you're gonna want to do this, you need to start now. So, ladies, what suggestions or recommendations do you give for people starting out, or even wanting to come back that done it before on YouTube? What keeps you going that could keep them going through your experience?
Well, I'll say for me, because I didn't want to do it, and then now I wish I would have did it. You know, I know that sounds really bad.
I didn't want to do it, but I did it.
I didn't want to do it, but I still do it. But anyway, I didn't want to do it because first I was afraid. I didn't know I was afraid, but I was really afraid. And I was like, why? What's the point of this? I didn't really understand, but don't be afraid and just give it a try and be yourself. That's the only thing. I wish that I didn't waste so much time to say yes. I regret that. Because I feel like we would have been bigger than what we are. But you know what? Everything worked out the way it is. And I feel like we're still big in our own right. You know what I'm saying?
We've been shadow banned. That's fine.
Look, we made it on cable network TV on the top show. And we don't have 1 million subscribers.
I'll give you, so from my perspective, number one, be 100% all in, so passionate about what it is that you're doing.
Oh, you gotta love
that it doesn't matter if you are sick, you have a fever, your family's like, hey, I need you to be down here. Like, I've got to do this video.
Yeah, but you got big pimples. You still do video, okay?
You have to just really, really be passionate about it.
About what you want to talk about or do.
Yeah, and want to share. And because there's gonna be days, months, sometimes there'll be weeks in time that
Years.
you just don't want to do it and you don't feel like doing it. And I think you just have to truly love it, because it's been since 2011.
Yep.
And if we didn't truly love what we were filming and what we
Right.
were doing, we would have stopped a long time ago. So don't try to go look for something to film.
Or do it for money. Do not do this for money.
Don't.
Don't.
Now you
Don't.
could end up doing it for money if
Yes.
you grow really fast. And I'll tell you today with the analytics, people grow really fast. They start their channel a year ago and they're already at like 100,000 subscribers. We did it in 2011, and it was a different time to do it.
And we don't have
And
an
we
only
stopped.
and we don't have an OnlyFans
We
page, so
don't
we're
have an
growing
OnlyFans.
slow.
But the other thing I was gonna say was, you were saying, don't be. What were you saying? Like, don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared to do it. Just be yourself. Being scared to be judged. So when you put yourself out there on
Yeah.
these videos, you're opening the door for criticism, judgment, ridicule, whatever, haters, or people see you doing something better than them. That's another thing too. A lot of the haters come from you doing something they can't do, or you're doing it better. Don't let that discourage you.
Yeah.
They're noticing you for a reason.
Stay
Good or
focused,
bad.
stay
Yeah,
focused.
stay focused. And like you said, passion. You have to say or do something that you really love, to where no matter what comes your way, you had fun, you were fulfilled. We are fulfilled every time. I mean, we are like
It
high.
makes our heart real happy.
People think we do drugs. We're just
I know.
high off of shopping. There's no sacks in the thrift shop, no nothing. We're not in dark
Yeah.
alleys and getting ready for the
and you don't
filming.
and you don't need a lot to do it either.
No.
I know a lot of people are using their phone nowadays. I
That's all
just
you
had
need.
my camera and I just took it everywhere, and I just would sit down in front of my computer and just edit whatever I had. It didn't have to tell a story. I didn't have to do, because that's maybe somebody else's style, right? But maybe that's
Right.
not your style. Maybe you're just like, hey, I just want to share my day.
Yeah.
You know,
Be inspired by watching others, but just do it your way. Like I said, Shane and I would watch when we first started. We would watch other things, and we're like, okay, we're gonna try it like that, but we never were able to copy it.
never.
And that means you're supposed to be yourself. So
Yeah.
don't be afraid. At a minimum, record a bunch of things and keep it to yourself. At least you have a catalog of things. When you're ready, you have a lot of things to post.
Right.
So if you're afraid, just record a bunch of
go
stuff
with
and save
the
it.
flow too, because you may start and it may lead you down a different path.
Yep.
Like, I started like, oh, let me film my workouts, and then I'm like, oh, but Shana, I want to see what you're making for dinner. I'm like, oh, well, then maybe let me film my food. And they're like, oh, but where did you go grocery shopping? Oh, you know what? I'll film my grocery shopping. Like, all of a sudden, I was like, being kind of directed, and I think that helps too.
Your blog, remember? First it was remember your blog? I was taking pictures of you. I didn't want to be in the camera, but everybody was asking me, where did you get the clothes?
That's why I started thrifting, guys,
Yes.
and filming, because everybody kept asking me where I got it, and I would write it down.
Mhm.
People would tag themselves in Thrifters Anonymous, and then finally I'm like, why don't we just take them where I got the clothes?
Yeah. And then
I mean, it seems so silly today because everybody's doing
Everybody.
it. But
yeah,
anyways.
just don't be afraid and just do it. Life is too short. We regret a lot of things, but we regret very few things now because we say yes to everything. And then after we say yes, we decide if we're going to continue saying yes or no.
And don't wait till you're ready, by the way.
You'll never be ready.
Because I used to tell Edwina, my dad's best advice he ever gave me. He just said, always be ready. Somebody's going to come knocking on your door and you're going to be like, oh, I'm not quite ready yet. I haven't.
Be ready now.
It doesn't matter. If you just say yes, and then you can figure it out later.
Yep.
Like,
that's what we did with Storage Wars. Like I said, we didn't want to do it. We end up doing it, and it changed our lives forever.
Yeah.
It helped us figure out a lot of things.
With changing your lives, something very recent with my weight loss was due to something Edwina said, and your health, because y'all talk about working out, and Shana said she's used to bodybuild. I think you said. Did you say bodybuild? Yeah.
And I was a placebo. She was training with top trainers and stuff. And I was doing ex-military workouts and stuff. And then I got ripped because she was on her journey. You helped me. But yeah, we both.
First, shout out to all the veterans here. Thank you, Edwina, for your service. And all those in the chat and those who follow after this live, when it's over, you could catch up to it. So Edwina said with fitness about power foods and what to eat. Because she said people say you should eat this, and it was like, okay, you're eating this, but why? And right there and then when she was telling me why about power foods and mentioning some stuff, I was on my phone and researching what are good things to eat for your good gut health. And it brings up a lot more questions than just one, but you get started off of that. And that immediately I started getting into fermented foods or vegetables. And immediately I felt like the next day, no bloating. And all of a sudden the weight started dropping. And I was like, I think that works for me because as some people say, do this, but it's like, why should I do this? And that's one thing I think about to transition it with content is why should I buy this? Why does reselling help you? Why should we follow each other on YouTube? Why? And you got to give those answers so that way it makes sense and be like, I benefited from them. And for me, for the weight loss, Mikey and I are inside a support group of other resellers and content creators throughout the state. And it's only like an exclusive thing, almost like the fashion show. People know about it, but they may not be able to go to it in person. But it's really nice to have that support with one another. Although we're not checking on each other, we're talking about what we're going through and the little hurdles, and just the encouragement of the little hearts and thumbs up, like hey, keep going, or somebody jokes. It's a same kind of your tribe as your vibe thing. But thank you for mentioning about health and fitness, because what is your go-to with fitness? How do y'all work out? Because Edwina was talking about, if y'all haven't seen her channel or their channel together, how they were just dropping weight. And she was like, I'm just doing this and this is all I'm doing. She hasn't changed nothing other than figuring out what works for her body. And she has slimmed down it. And so has Shana.
Yeah. A lot of things I learned, like, long story short, when I was in the military, I worked out hours and hours a day. So I was a piece of beef jerky in the military because we worked out all day. Everything was physical. But when I got out of the military and I didn't have to do that anymore, I learned a lot from Shana. Shana taught me a lot about eating healthy and eating good food. She introduced me to a lot of things that I just didn't eat. And that helped me too. And again, her journey of becoming a competitor, bikini competitor, helped me learn how to lift weights, because I was doing army stuff and calisthenics, lifting your own body, but I wasn't like lifting in the gym and lifting weights. So Shana taught me a lot of things, and we've both taken that information that we've learned and we figured out our bodies. We're both very disciplined women. So once our minds are set, we're off we go. But the main thing I would say is I'm not a big calorie counter. I will overeat on vegetables. I will eat. Oh, you don't have to count calories if you're eating a ton of vegetables, in my mind. So I eat a lean protein, lots of veggies, and I'm always lifting weights. I have a Peloton that's been saving me too. But the key, we just talked about it. Like, we cannot wait to get back to the gym to lift heavy weights, because that's how you get the body. Women think you're going to look like your daddy. You're not. You're going to get the curves that you want, and then you don't have to go to Dr. Miami.
I know,
you can actually create your own body. But lifting weights and really eating a lot of dark leafy greens and lean proteins and staying disciplined. I'm not a snacky. We don't drink, like we're pretty boring.
Yeah. Well, and we used to drink. I mean, we don't drink.
Not anymore.
I mean,
not anymore.
I'll have an occasional glass of wine.
I can't. My body.
My body. As of 2 months ago, Edwina has stopped drinking alcohol.
It's called getting old, I think.
My liver is done. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
My liver's wrapped in a burrito. It's a wrap, girl. It's done.
Thing is, and it's also, it depends on, Sonny, like your journey, because everybody has a different one.
Yeah.
You can't just do what somebody's doing, because it may not work for you, and it may be a different journey that you're on. I mean, for me, like gaining weight, a lot of it came from just the last 2 years, like having a baby. I mean, you guys, I know you two were men, but you're familiar. Sonny, I know you were telling me a little bit, but I had a miscarriage. I gained weight from just sadness and like not being able to work out, and
COVID, pandemic. I gained a bunch of weight in the pandemic.
Yeah, like I think a lot of it just comes from strength training. As you get older, building muscle is what's going to help you to not only burn fat much faster, because our metabolism slows down, but it's good for your bones. I mean, we don't want to be those like, hunched over, can't get up.
Yeah, we don't do diets either. We try to find things that are really for your lifestyle. So every time we do something, we stick with it because it's really part of our life. It's not like something that's denying us or hurting us.
Yeah. And, because I did the competition, it was like the healthiest eating disorder I'd ever been part of, because it is. I mean, you were so hyper focused on how you looked, that it was like body dysmorphia. I would come in and be like, Edwina, I'm not ready. And I mean, I would look at my picture. I mean, I was like,
you were invisible. And you're like, Edwina, I'm not ready for the stage. I'm like, I don't even see you. Where are you?
But I learned from that, because you know what really is very interesting is when you stop focusing on losing weight. Yep. And you just start focusing on what's really good for your body,
and what the food's
the
do.
weight's going to go off, because you're going to be so focused on what's making you feel good. And then when you feel good, you're going to want to go work out. And when you work out, you're going to feel better. And then you're not going to want to eat a bunch of crap.
You're going to drink more water.
And none of it will be around, okay, I lost 5 pounds.
No.
Though I will say, being accountable, you know, having a coach, it was the number one best thing I ever did in my life. Because it was not just a coach for that. It was like somebody I could like vent to and just keep me on track. How are you doing, Shana? You know, this last week was rough, but this week I'm going to be, these are my goals. And so maybe you don't have to pay for a coach. Maybe it's your spouse or maybe it's your best friend, but we used to do it with each other. But I think finding something you truly love. And the biggest issue we used to have also was we were always either not in or all in.
Yeah, we're
it's like we couldn't find anywhere in the middle. And that's where you can really fail.
Yep.
Because, I can't go to the gym, forget it. I'm not even going to do it.
Right.
Or I'm going to be going to the gym 2 hours a day and my life is over because nobody's going to talk to me because all I do is work out and worry about how fat I am or skinny I am and whatever.
Exactly. So that's why we find balance now with the lifestyle change.
You know, she's mentioned the Peloton. I love the Peloton because you know what? There's an app. There's a 10-minute workout. Do you know how good this 10-minute workout is?
Fabulous.
It will get your heart rate up and you will be dying and then you get back to work. Like, it was just 10 minutes. And I know people say like, 10 minutes, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah,
10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Add it up. At the end of the week, you've done more than you ever did in the last 3 months.
Yeah, but you only got to hold your stomach in like you used to.
And so stop focusing on that.
I'm getting there.
I know, right? We can now do it in the privacy of our own home. I know a lot of people, you know, it is intimidating to go to the gym. I remember Edwina was like, lift weights. I'm not going to the men's section. Do you remember?
Yeah, I was the one going to the women's gym because I felt like
I was like, girl, come with me. And I took her to like a Smith machine and that was it. She was off and running.
Yeah, but I was just intimidated with all the
grunting,
the menses in there. There's a lot of testosterone. I wasn't ready. I thought they were going to be looking at me like, she's weak. What's she doing here?
I know. And you got to find things that work for you and that, you know, not everything works for everyone.
Yeah.
And don't go jumping on something like, you know, she was talking about intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a heart problem or if you're on a different path, like don't go intermittent fast if you didn't talk to your doctor.
Check with your doctor. Okay.
You know,
I did my own research and I found what's worked for me. And I've been still doing intermittent fasting and I am dropping a lot of visceral fat, a lot of gut fat. Every day gut fat is leaving and that's my goal. So everyone has different goals.
Yep. And a lot of it has to do with where you are today.
Right.
You know, you may be in a different place and what's your activity level. But I do think focusing on the goods will get you the goods.
Yeah. We try to eat vegetables as much as possible, and that keeps us stable. If you guys check my husband's YouTube channel, Shana was just telling me, Big Trey, she watched a recent episode. Trey and I are probably the largest we were in our life. I was probably 80 pounds heavier in that video. Rotund.
Stands for die eating.
Anyway, it can be done, Sonny. Free your mind.
And the rest will follow.
Okay.
I've been enjoying myself. I like to exercise. I used to be in really good shape, especially leaving the military. And then when I got out, I got bulkier and muscle. I didn't get like weight that I have now, an unhealthy weight size. And I ended up having sciatica that hurt me really bad. And I ended up losing strength in my back to where I was hunched over and I needed 2 years of physical therapy before I could like walk on my own. My legs wouldn't stop on their own as somebody does. I would have to look at like a wall and be like, okay, I need to go to that wall for it to stop me or stop myself. And then like ping pong towards another place. It was really, really, really bad. I don't know what happened. It just happened to me when I was working at the post office in 2016 out in Henderson, where my back just started falling. And the manager, came in, was like, hey, you need to stand up. And I was like, I can't. And he's like, are you all right? I was like, well, I don't feel like I'm in any pain. So what my rookie mistake, what I told people, I ended up gaining a lot of weight because I didn't change my diet or my intake. I maintained what I was eating because of what I was working out. And I was like, why am I gaining weight? I didn't. It was a rookie move. And since then, I just was like, I'm okay. I'll lose it later. and then I didn't. And now I'm like, I wish I would have just stayed, like you're talking about in the beginning of creating content. I wish I would have never stopped. You may slow down, but just don't stop completely. And that's what affects a lot of us in a lot of ways.
Going.
Oh my gosh, Shana, on your journey with can I say? With IVF?
Oh yeah.
So Shana is on the journey with IVF, and
Me too.
she's not able to work out, but she's been able to maintain her weight this entire time.
Oh, that was the only goal I had.
No, but I know, but you didn't work out, but you maintained your weight through eating. Which shows you the power of the food.
It's very true.
If you didn't make it to the gym, it's okay. If you ate right, your body will thank you.
Yeah.
And not make you bulk up. So it is possible.
It is. And it's kind of crazy too, because you're like, oh, that's all I had to do. It seems so easy.
Well, we watch those shows on TV and people are losing hundreds of pounds in the bed. Like they're feeding them differently in the hospital in the bed, and they lose weight and they're in the bed the whole time. So
when your body can't give you what you need physically, you have to give it what it needs internally. And I think, I don't know, it's hard because
it's hard, but just start with finding out what makes your gut happy, because your gut controls everything. Your gut will control if you need to snack or overeat. Make your gut happy, and all the rest will follow. That's all I can say. But talk to your doctor, because I'm not a doctor.
No, you're not.
I can play doctor for the right amount.
Yeah, we're just trying to give advice to lead you in directions that's been useful to us. And I wish you all the best, folks. Those, especially this time of year, is a big thing when it comes to fitness. It's always that New Year's resolution of, I want to lose weight and get that beach body. And I don't want so much of the body I used to have. I just want to feel good in my clothing and not feel like, man, I need to put on a belt.
Change your mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Before you try to change your body, you have to change your mind and what it's focused on. The IVF journey, it kind of changed my mind, right? Because I'm now focused on my body trying to have a baby. It had nothing to do with weight or anything. It was what's good for me? What do I need to eat to do this? And so when you start focusing on that, it's very interesting how it just kind of works.
But we've been all sizes. And the most important thing is when you're all sizes, dress for the body you're in. Stop trying to wear the dress that you can't fit in or your favorite shirt. Just get new stuff. And the thrift store is where you can buy things and create a whole new wardrobe as many times as you want. For $100, you get a whole new wardrobe for the body you're in, and then go on the journey you want, and then buy new clothes again at the thrift store and not break the bank. Because I think people think, oh, it's going to cost me so much money. No, go to the thrift store and just dress for the body you're in.
Mikey, what has been your what's been working for you? Because you were active before, and then you talked about the hernia with the biking.
What happened, Mikey?
Well, he got hurt, and then he got re-hurt.
I got hurt. I started doing YouTube, and YouTube's a desk job, and you're just sitting at videos all day long. So I've been sitting, but what works for me is the exercise bike. I've been working out on the exercise bike. I like this YouTuber. Her name's Kaylee something, and she has 20-minute workouts. And I mean, 20 minutes, the beginner ride is easy, but those advanced rides when you're standing up and doing this and doing that, it's intense. It's great. I really like it. So that's what works for me best is biking. I love biking. Me and my wife, we go biking. So waiting for it to warm up a little bit more to get more miles in for sure. But biking is my best friend. And yes, also, you guys are talking about a beach body. I'm just trying to lose my beach ball down here. So I'm not ready. I'm not trying to get a beach bod. I'm just trying to lose the ball.
Don't lose all the balls. Don't lose all the balls.
There's stories about those too with the hernia.
Don't Lance Armstrong on yourself. One ball at a time, Mikey.
Yes. I'll tread lightly.
That's great. We love our Peloton. We love biking. My husband and I used to ride the bike path all the time. We love it.
Oh my God. Cycling at LVAC is what got me down for my stage weight.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of want to do a spin class, just doing it with the YouTube, and my wife does it next to me, so we just go to town. It's kind of fun. I could see where a spin class and that stuff. I could see where the appeal is. I also want to do yoga, but I want to do a lot of stuff. I just don't do it. But I think yoga, just calming down, stretching sounds good. But I just talk about it and don't do it.
I've been doing a couple of yoga classes, and I'm like, I don't have my Cirque du Soleil body anymore. It's a wrap. I can't pretzel myself like I used to.
Cirque du Soleil bodies are freaking insane, incredible especially their workouts. I used to work at the Win, and they would tell me their workouts before they worked out. And I'm like, didn't I just see you in the gym? So that's like your third workout before you even want to work the workout.
They're
And
athletes for sure.
Insane, crazy, but dedicated. And it's part of what Shana said. You got to have your mindset there. And I believe if you see yourself, like if you have an imagination, which 99.999% of people do, if you see yourself doing something, that's already telling you you could do it. You just got to follow through with it. I don't want to keep the ladies too long anymore. But if ladies, how can they? I do have information of how to follow them on Instagram, whatnot. Let's bring that up because you have a whatnot tomorrow. You want to tell them some information about that, and then I'll ask a little bit more questions, or if you just want to plug yourself in everywhere that you could share with everybody.
Well, first of all, tomorrow morning at 9 p.m. PST, we have
9 a.m.
Oh, shoot. At 9 p.m. PST tomorrow morning, we have a special video where Shana and I do a huge, massive, epic try-on. You guys always love our try-on. So we have a whole video dedicated to some of our favorite pieces that we're going to be showing for Whatnot. It's not all of them, but we show you a great deal and share with you some of the things to get excited about. So that's our first video for tomorrow.
Yep. And then the sale is going to be at 6 p.m. PST on Whatnot. And you'll see it. It's the only sale. It's our first sale.
The first.
So definitely coming. We have some fun things planned for the sale. It's going to be a party. It'll feel like the home thrifting network.
Yeah.
That you always wanted.
Right. It's going to be a good time.
And you can follow us on Instagram, TA approved, and Facebook as well. We also have a VIP Facebook group for Throw It in the Cart. So you can find that.
VIP.
Search it up. You'll find it.
And so we put in some special deals in the VIP group. We're actually going to have one for tomorrow night's sale. And we only share it in that VIP group. And so we're excited to meet some new faces and also see our TA fam as well.
Oh, and throw it in the cart.
Yes.
IG.
Yep. So at Throw It in the Cart LV.
Mm-hmm.
And our website is throwitinthecartlv.com. We'll be coming out with some launches soon and more information on the fashion show that's coming up.
But the website's on pause right now.
Yes.
So it will be resuming, but you have to follow us to get the deets on that. But for now, Whatnot is our main priority. So we hope to see you all tomorrow night for a nighttime sale. Ooh, a Sin City sale.
I mean, it's not really like
See, we gotta hype it up. Girl.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, it's
Shana, horrible.
Like we're selling negligees or something.
And we have to make it like we have an OF.
Where your head's at.
We do have some really, really chic men's like robes, and they're so beautiful. But we as females want to wear them. But I mean, I guess men can.
I do need a robe.
We have a couple unisex items.
Yeah, there's some unisex pieces in there. We're slowly. I mean, we shop in the men's section, but a lot of times it's for us. But we do have some men's pieces that will be there, some accessories, some vintage, all the way from the 70s, 80s, 90s to today. 2 pieces, onesies, and everything we're in love with. And we almost decided not to put it on the sale.
You guys, we love everything. Like while we were trying things on, as you'll see tomorrow, we were like, we don't want to put it on the site.
We're like, not for sale.
It's really tough because we love everything we touch. It's truly.
Yay. Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you, Tony. Tony's trying to get in.
I know, with his thumbs up.
Tony, we take it.
How many items do you guys have roughly? Do you know? It sounds like a lot. It's a lot.
82 to be 86.
No, I added
more.
Yes,
we have 94,
90 something.
Might be more than
100. We're trying to make it a cool 100. Hopefully we don't fall out, but we want to get through it all and make it an experience. So we're gonna have fun and jokes and dance and laugh and sell some stuff at the same time.
Yeah, folks. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted up their link to their whatnot on there inside the story, but I do have their links in the description. I don't have the one from Facebook or their Shopify, but if they send it to me, I'll add that inside here and bring it up later too. But just to be clear on some stuff, their TA approved is Instagram, and then on whatnot is Throw It in the Cart. It's going to be different. Just keep all the words together, don't have any space, and it should pop right up. And they do have a clip of them that they're modeling, I believe, some of the outfits.
Yes,
you see them, so you know it's them. So that way there's no confusion if you want to go and support them, which I hope that you do. Check them out, and I'll try to make it myself. So, Mike, you have more questions for them?
I'd have tons of questions, but I'll just hit them up another time. It's been great having them. I've learned a lot, and it's been very entertaining. So, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Hopefully we could have you two on later. We'll do some catching up for people on the tubes and social medias. But ladies, thank you so much. And for those who had joined us, who came from the TA side, TA family in the house, and also on my end and Mikey's end, to show these two ladies a lot of love and support. This is probably, yeah, Mikey, I agree, probably one of my best guest duo and guest period that we've had on here. And I don't say that lightly. I'm trying to grow in so many ways, but one of the things for me and Mikey is that this year, we talked about this last year around, I think Thanksgiving or something. I said, hey, next year let's try to support small like shops or stores, boutiques, thrift stores, and we're doing that, and that's part of what we want to do on top of other things too that we want to do locally, and also spread and encourage people throughout, not just with fitness and getting in better health, but also support locally, folks. There's so much people out there that need people like us to just mention them, and one all it takes is one person to share it to somebody else, and like Shana said, that 10 minutes could go a long way when it adds up every time that you do it, because you never know who's listening. It might be Storage Wars, who's like, hey, these two guys over here, these knuckleheads, we probably need them. They probably never afford a storage unit, but we need them in the background and give us some good laughs. So,
Well,
never.
Hey, what we learned in this video is that we love you too, and we figured out that Sonny, Shana's you, and I'm Mikey as far as the duo. So we definitely connected with you guys. We love you both, and we're just so happy to have met you at that Goodwill. The Goodwill VIP party really brought us together, and I'm just really happy.
We love that you were able to bring us just that networking thing. We don't do it as much as we probably could because we are just working all the time. So we appreciate you bringing us into your world.
Yeah, and initiating everything. So thank you. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I hope to we'll schedule to see if we could do like a thrift battle, and our type of video, a thrift battle. Mikey has amazing challenges that he comes up with. They're a lot of fun.
Edwina hates challenges.
I know, right?
She never wants to do any of them that I want to do.
But I might do Mikey's though. I'll do anything Mikey. So.
All right. Yep.
And then we'll
tell
do
your wife I don't mean it.
And then you're in on what y'all want to do with your type of challenge or lifestyle change type of thing. We're open for it. So whenever you have time to schedule us in, because I know both of you are busy. I think Edwina, you're going to Atlanta soon, isn't there? You're traveling soon.
Yes, I am in the running for the top salesperson in the country. So they're flying me out to Atlanta for a pre-celebration, and maybe they may announce it then. I'm not sure, but yeah. And then Shana is also going to New York the same month. So
that's right.
Yeah, so we're both going to be on the go in March, but we're still going to be on the grind and get ready for that runway show in April.
I'm glad I brought that up because I really want to let you go, but there's things being said that reminded me. So you did talk about New York and Atlanta, how you may want to try to do a meet and greet with other people.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all said that. I don't know if y'all want to open that up here because we do have viewers and supporters from that.
Yeah, so
I will be working the whole time in Atlanta. I don't know if I'll be able to coordinate anything, but that is a good thought. But New York.
Well, maybe we can do what we were trying to do before, but in a different place.
True.
So in New York, Sammy Davis Vintage, she is amazing. She's like my my other soulmate thrifter. She's the reason why I even started my channel. But she's in New York. She's a reseller, and she started Thrift Boss Babes and Thrift Babes, and she resells on Facebook. And she's amazing. But I think we're going to try to do a meetup in New York. She lives in Brooklyn. We could obviously go anywhere, but we're going to bring in Edwina on our phones. We're going to do like a live thrifting with her. And so maybe a meetup might be kind of fun. So anybody in New York.
Ooh, or I might try to come.
Oh, I would love for you to come.
Yeah.
I'll try to come.
Maybe come weekend or something.
Well, I'm not there that
these two ladies are busy. They're very active, as much as me and Mikey are trying to keep up with our imaginations. You could see they're kind of a lot more of the same way. They got these ideas and they want to follow through. And I encourage you all to try to do the same. Even if there's just a few minutes of trying to do something, know that you could give yourself a pat on the back to say, like, I tried, this is all I could give, rather than, I wish, or if only if. Don't do that anymore. Just try your best to make a little piece of that imagination come to life. And you'd be amazed how far you look, say in the future, like a year from now, and you look back and you're like, oh my God, I did all of this. So that's one thing that keeps me motivated. It keeps me motivated when I'm like, man, I didn't do enough today. But then I look in the past and I'm like, this is what I've done in a week. Oh my God. But I still forget to take out the trash and piss my wife off. So there's things I'm still balancing out.
Yeah. I know all about that. I know all about that. But yeah, don't be afraid to suck. It's okay to suck.
Yeah. Embrace it.
When you fail, you actually are discovering what you really are good at.
Yeah, and it makes you
become resilient. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gents, Mikey Bags of Money, you got stuff coming up you want to tell the audience about?
No, I'm just throwing out my 3 uploads a week. I got a Whatnot show coming up on February 13th. Sonny's coming after me. I'm probably going to do another one 2 weeks. I'm going to aim for 2 a month right now. That's small goals. I had to ship a bunch of packages. Wait till you guys, I hope you were ready to ship your 96 or 100 because I had to ship 16.
We do that with Shopify. So on our website, on thrifters.lv.com,
our line consists of about 100 pieces. So that is something we're definitely used to.
Nice. I kept telling Sonny kept putting on more products to sell. And I'm like, no more, Sonny. I don't want to keep making money. Stop, Sonny. Stop, please. But yeah, so just the usual. I'll probably come a live show. Oh, I have a new live channel I'm starting to, Mikey Bags Live. I used to live stream once a week on my channel, but I kind of taken a break from that. But I'm going to start a whole new live channel, Mikey Bags Live, and I'm going to go around and have lots of fun, bring people along, hijinks, eating, just really letting loose, where my channel will be a little more professional, and Mikey Bags Live is going to be, me on the town. Watch out. Coming soon.
YouTube?
So that's it.
Yes.
Maria,
YouTube.
Okay.
His own production company.
Why no? There's all these different platforms now.
There's a lot.
I'll put it on Facebook too. But yeah, no, I'm just one dude, and when you turn on the camera and go live around people, it's just fun. I did it all last year, every Friday except for 2 of them, and I'd take my wife out for dates. I would go with friends. We did zip lining downtown, eating, food festivals, all kinds of stuff, and just bringing people along. So yeah, more
personal tour guide.
Yes, for sure.
I think I probably seen one of his videos, not even know who you were.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's lots of people watching. It's fun. I enjoy it. So, and I also think that's kind of almost the futuristic of YouTube is the live experience. Because when you're live and can interact, you don't know what's going to happen. And there's just like a certain excitement to it. And I just like bringing people the excitement. And that's one of the better ways that I can do it.
Especially when he has Doreen and people start following him.
Oh, you guys don't even want to know about my mannequin head. We can't even go there. This is for another time. Round 2. This is for Thrifters Anonymous.
We have a full.
It's not creepy. She's amazing.
Oh, she's creepy. People tell me she's creepy, and I'll tell you my biggest experience walking around on the strip with a woman head on the back of my head. Dudes were like following me, gawking me, and I've never had that experience as a dude. You know what I'm saying? I felt a whole new appreciation for just being a woman on the street, having to walk down with these creep dudes just following you and like side eye. You can just feel them. I didn't like it. Creepy dudes, man. Don't put a mannequin on a backpack and walk around in Vegas. Unless you want some
you had the confidence. That's what it was. They want to know how did you have all this confidence? Go get her. Can you go get her right now? I want to see her.
She's at the shop.
Oh, she's at the shop. Yeah. She's
security. She's the head of security, literally.
Yeah. Ours is Sylvia. She's a whore. She fits in everything, and we like hate her guts.
But yeah, we have a mannequin. Our first employee. She's also at the office too. She's holding it down.
Nice. Mine worked at Dutch Brothers. Mine got a job at Dutch Brothers, and yeah, we got all kinds. Yeah, shenanigans.
Oh, she got stolen, and then they had to get a private investigator, Harry Dangler, and Mikey ended up finding her back.
Wow, she was on the first 48.
Yeah,
yeah. First,
our local YouTube friend Harry Dangler. Shout out Harry Dangler, Private Eye. He has a channel. He has fun. So yeah, just bringing in more people for the fun. That's what we're all about. We're supposed to end, Sonny, but yeah, we keep talking because
I
know. I'm sorry, folks, but not sorry. There's just so much about these 3 people that I really enjoy, and I hope to be more involved in things together, and sharing is not just a few times, just a continuation, especially us being locals. But there's so much other stuff, folks. Go over to Shana's and Edwina's channel. They got several. Some of them are in the description, the links. And if you want more information, just leave them some comments saying, hey, I followed you on SonnyLasVegas' channel and through Mikey Bags of Money. Where are you on whatnot? What is this? And if you have specific questions about stuff, really, you want to email them. They are on it with emails as Mikey and I am. I'm not gonna say Mikey is.
Yeah, no,
but that's what it is. And Mikey too. If you have any questions for Mikey, go over to his channel.
I tell people I'm not going to email you. Don't expect me to email you in a day. I mean, I'm a busy dude, and it's just real. So I try to get you if I can, but I can't get everybody. It's just the fact. So yeah, apologize in advance.
All right, folks, take it easy. Make sure to like and subscribe to all of our channels and stay tuned for more because there will always be more.
Always.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Have a great weekend.
We had a blast.
Bye.